some blocks, that would be good. You might want a strap or a blanket, whatever supports you in your practice. I'll put us on mute. And hopefully the music's on. Yeah, it should be. Okay. I invite you to find a comfortable place to land. Feel free to be seated, laying down, however you feel most supported. And I'm just going to read a piece. I actually read it in last night's class, but I thought about it a lot, and I wanted to just speak to it a little more. By Rolf Gates, called "The Mind is a Mirror." As we first learn to place our attention on the body, the breath, and the moment, our yoga practice is in a honeymoon period. We discover the pleasures of being here, and it's really awesome. Sitting quietly or resting at the end of an asana class, we feel the intensity with which we have yearned for the bliss of being. These moments of coming home are jarringly juxtaposed with the moments we spend contracting back from anger and fear, wanting and not wanting. This contrast grabs our attention. The practice of mindfulness is something we are ready to give ourselves to, and as our practice of it deepens, we begin to unravel cause and effect. If we place our attention on discord, our mind will be in discord. If we place our attention on peace, our mind will be in peace. We discover that the mind is a mirror that reveals the nature of whatever we have chosen to pay attention to. First, just notice how that resonates for you. Sometimes when I read these things or come across things that I want to share, it kind of lives on in me, and certain things actually, I fight it. I fight it internally, things that might bother me about it. And especially coming from a trauma foundation, a trauma approach to yoga. For many people starting yoga, starting meditation, there is no honeymoon place. It can be a really tough journey to get into. And sometimes something keeps you coming back and you're not even sure what it is, and you might not discover it for a long time. And there can be struggles throughout it. So I think just adding a little more to it, what I do like, and I agree with wholeheartedly, is within our bodies, the energy flows where the mind goes. And I do believe in that so much, physically, mentally. And so again, just kind of noticing how this resonates for you, if it resonates for you. And take a moment to notice how you feel right now, how you're showing up, your body, your mind. Feeling the ground beneath you. And as you're feeling the ground beneath you, as you feel those touch points, noticing every part of your body that's touching the earth. Notice what might happen with that. You might get a little bit heavier, a little bit more grounded. And then bringing in awareness to the breath. And I know for me, the piece I just read that directly relates at this point in my practice in my life, when someone tells me to bring awareness to my breath, I automatically just really lengthen the breath. I feel the breath, deepen it. So that's where my energy is right now. And I can feel that flow. And that's why this is always a practice. And then I invite you either in your mind's eye or physically, maybe bringing one hand to your heart space and one hand to your belly. And first just breathing into your hands, feeling the largeness of the breath, the fullness of the breath. Inviting it into your side body, your back body, your lower back, your lower belly, feeling the fullness of the breath. And then the invitation is to start directing the breath into that lower hand, into our belly. Letting it fill up like a balloon. Feeling it release. And as we're sitting here in this meditation, in this breathing practice, notice if the mind starts to wander. You might even notice where it's gone and maybe label it thinking, planning. And then offering yourself that invitation for that road back that we work on, that we practice all the time, that gets a little bit deeper, a little bit more worn as we walk back and find our breath. Take about 2 more cycles. Beautiful. And then taking that lower hand and bringing it across your chest. So you're making like a butterfly with your hands. I just have the microphone, so I'm a little altered here to the side, but more in the center. Continuing that nice full breath. Maybe you can continue with it in the belly or just feel the fullness in your body. And we'll do some bilateral tapping. So tapping one hand and then tapping the other. So beautiful for our nervous system. And funny thing, this is how I put my granddaughter to sleep. Just lay her on my chest and I do this on her back. Beautiful. Full breath in. Long breath out. You can release your hands. Maybe bring any movement into your body. I can do a little bit of tapping. So taking one or two hands and tapping just gently at the top of your head. As you're tapping, feeling your breath. And then gently tapping right above the brow. And tapping under the eyes by the cheekbones. One or two hands, again, doesn't matter. Tapping under the nose, above the upper lip. And below the lower lip, the chin. And then tapping at the chest, right under clavicle, collarbone. And then with either hand tapping right at your side body, under your armpit, and down a little. Beautiful. Resting your hands, taking a moment to notice, to be in this experience. Finding something you feel grateful for, picturing it in your mind. You might envision writing it down on paper. You might even write it down on paper. And then setting an intention for your practice, for your week. What would you like to cultivate? Beautiful. And then just bringing some movement to your body, wherever you are, laying down or seated. Notice what wants to move. Nice. And for today, we can start in a seated position. So just taking your time to find your way up. If you're laying down to a comfortable seat, you're always welcome to sit up on a block or blanket. And just starting by noticing your structure, noticing your spine, noticing where your head is. You might even bring your fingers to your chin and draw the head in a little bit. Release the hands down. Beautiful. Let's sweep the arms up to the sky. Palms touch, and we'll draw the hands right to the heart space. That again, sweep the arms up, filling our cup, palms touch, and we'll draw it right into the heart space. Beautiful. Maybe interlacing our fingers pressing the palms away, shoulders are nice and low. And if it's comfortable in your arms, you might bring the hands up to the sky, take a little bend to the left, and a bend to the right. Of course, if that doesn't work for your shoulders, make it your own. We'll come back to center, and then just bringing the hands behind us, interlacing the fingers or taking a strap, and the heart lifts. Ribs spread. Beautiful. Sweeping the arms all the way back up to the sky. This time the left hand comes down, right arm reaches over. Inhaling back up, and then we'll just switch sides. Beautiful. Inhaling back up, palms touch, and let's bring it all into the heart. Nice. And then we can just circle here, bringing your fingertips to your shoulders. And reversing. Nice. We can do a little bit of flossing. So taking the left hand, and you might want to sit up higher so you have, if you have long arms, which I do. So I'm going to sit up higher. So bringing the left hand down, palm down, a little bit out to the side and a little bit back until you feel like a cord is being pulled and you don't want to go any further. And then from there, we're going to bring the palm to face us. So curling it in, bending at the wrist, and bringing your right ear towards your right shoulder. And then we go back the other way. The fingers face away, and you might bring your left ear to your left shoulder. And you can just move like this. If this doesn't feel right with the head, you can do the opposite. Or you can skip the part with the head and just floss using the arm. I've been doing this one every day now, and it's made a really big difference for me. Beautiful. Maybe one more. And then releasing that. Maybe just feeling the difference in the arms, and we can take it to the other side. Again, the palm faces away. You kind of find that point where it's like, ooh, that's enough. Kind of that weird nervy feeling. And then drawing the palm to face you and bringing your left ear to the left shoulder. And then we switch. And you might notice as you're going through it, it starts to alleviate. And maybe it doesn't. I always feel like I'm cleaning house when I'm doing nerve flossing, like cleaning that whole area. Beautiful. And then we can come back to center, and again, just give some movement into the shoulders. Nice. And then we'll just let your arms maybe come by your knees or your thighs. We'll do some seated cat-cows, drawing the navel to the spine, dropping the chin towards the chest. Nice big breath in, opening everything up, letting the heart lift. And then just moving with your breath, your pace. back to a tall spine. And right from here, we're going to come into tabletop, but on our forearms. So just bringing the arms down. Hips are over the knees. And we're going to continue that cat-cow, but we're going to get into a different area of our spine. So rounding through the spine. So you should feel this more in the upper back, middle back. And lowering the belly, shoulders slide down, heart reaches forward, but you don't have to lift your head by any means. Just let it be a natural extension. Beautiful. Maybe one more. Nice. And then we can come on up into our tabletop. Right hand behind the head or neck, wherever it's most comfortable. So the elbow is bent, and we're going to reach that right elbow towards the sky. On the exhale, elbow towards the left wrist. You might take 2 or 3 more of these. Beautiful. On the last one, option to take that right hand and thread it behind the left wrist. You might stay here for a breath. You might come down onto your right shoulder, resting your right cheek. If this doesn't feel comfortable, come back up to your tabletop. Maybe extending your left arm or reaching your left arm all the way up and back. Laying it on your lower back. Wherever you are, we'll take a few breaths. So bringing the left hand back to the mat if it's not there. Pressing on up, and we can sweep the whole right arm up to the sky this time. And then exhale down, switching sides, left hand behind the head or neck, elbows pointing down. On the inhale, we'll draw that elbow up to the sky. And exhale down towards the right wrist. About 3 or so more. Beautiful. And then on the last one, again, option to release the hand and thread it behind the right wrist. You can hang out there for a moment and come back up, or you might come down on your left shoulder, left cheek, perhaps reaching the right arm out, or sending the right arm up towards the sky, resting it on your lower back. Find your breath. Beautiful. Bringing the right hand back down to the ground if it's not there, as we gently press on up, sweeping the left arm up to the sky. Beautiful. From here, you can walk the hands forward a bit. Come into plank pose, so slide those shoulders down. The knees can be down. Of course, you can lift them if you like. And then we'll come all the way down to our belly and the toes. And first starting off with a cobra, so hands are beside the chest, gently lifting up. And then exhale down, taking the hands, and we're going to slide them out like a Y. So maybe sliding them about 3 or 4 inches out and forward. And once again, we'll press and lift. turning down. And maybe sending those hands out even further, a little bit wider, a little bit further. And once again, pressing up. And if this feels extra good, you might hang out here for a breath or two. I like to lower my gaze. Full breath in. Beautiful. And releasing down if you're still lifted. Maybe making a pillow with your hands, bending your knees, and just letting the hips rock, the feet rock. Nice. And releasing the feet down. And from here, we're going to come right back up. We can come into a tabletop. And we're going to find our way into a supported side plank. So I'm going to kind of bring my left foot out to the left a little bit and extend my right leg long. And from here, I'm going to bring my right hand instead of the typical, we always bring our arm up, bringing my right hand to my right hip. And I'm going to bring some movement into this. So turning down a bit towards the ground, not much. And then like peeling your way open, lifting the heart, peeling the shoulder back, the gaze lifts towards the sky or as best, wherever you can. And then once again, we'll gently turn a little bit towards the ground and slowly peeling open. Beautiful. And maybe one more here. Nice. On this last one, you can stay right here. If this works for you, maybe bring some movement to the right arm, reaching up. I like this version right now. Nice. And then coming back into our tabletop. And let's sink the hips back into child's pose before we come to the other side. You might walk your hands to the right, maybe placing your left hand on top of the right. Walking your hands to the left, maybe the right hand goes on top of the left. And coming back to center. Full breath in, long breath out. As you're ready, inviting the next breath to lift you back up into your tabletop. You might swing the right foot out a bit, placing the right hand down. Left leg goes long as we find that supported side plank again. Left hand to the hip, really finding a length in the body here. You might start by turning and looking down a bit. And I almost feel like I'm rolling my whole shoulder up and back. Gaze follows, looking up towards the sky. And then slowly rolling down. Maybe taking that 2 more times. Beautiful. Option, your left hand could stay at your hip, or you might reach it out, whatever feels good. Beautiful. As we come back into our tabletop. And from this, we're going to take the right hand and bring it in front of the left. So we're going to end up with a bend in the left elbow. And we're going to bring a stretch, an active stretch from your right hand all the way down into your pelvis. And so this actually is a beautiful stretch for the pelvic floor, beautiful stability and strength. So what we're going to do here, once you're in this, you feel the active stretch, excuse me, almost like feeling a little bit of a compression, shifting your pelvis, your hips a little bit to the left. Three breaths here. Beautiful. And slowly coming on up. You can bring the right hand now beneath the right shoulder. Left hand comes in front or even over more of that right. And then bringing a bend into the elbows, you send the hips back a bit and creating an active stretch. So I'm really contracting on my right side here and lengthening through the left. A little bit of a shift of my hips to the right. Just full breath in, long breath out. Beautiful. Again, so beautiful for the pelvic floor. We'll bring this back to center. And then any movement in the spine, maybe some barrel rolls. And reversing. Nice. And from here, we can come back onto our seat. Let's bring our legs out in front, knees bent, feet wide. And we'll just do some windshield wipers, some more movement into the hips. Nice. And then from here, we can come right down onto our spine. You might hug the knees in, maybe rock side to side. Beautiful. Let's keep that right leg hugged in, extending the left leg long, really opening up through the chest, the neck. On the inhale, sweeping the arms back, lengthening the right leg long to meet the left. Exhale, we'll draw the left knee in. Nice. Let's sweep the arms all the way back behind us again. Left leg joins the right. Full body stretch. And then we can just soften the arms by our side, draw the right knee in, and we'll do some hip cars. So setting that right leg out in that froggy shape, pressing the foot away, pointing the toes towards the sky and drawing it in. And then we'll go the other direction. Always moving out of pain, not into it. So if there's an area in the hip that doesn't feel good, just move around it. Beautiful. And then we'll just take that to the other side. So drawing that left knee in, opening it to the side, pressing the foot away. This is so healthy for the tissue in the hip. Everything pliable, lubricated, oxygenated. Nice. And then bringing our feet to the ground, knees bent. And feeling all four corners of your feet, almost creating little suction cups. I've been saying a lot lately. So like pressing the big toe into the ground, you might feel your other toes as well, feeling your heel to create Again, that little suction cup. And as we do that, we're going to slowly peel the pelvis up from the pubic bone, tailbone, through the spine, finding our way. And you could stay low or bring it up higher into our bridge. But notice what changes when you engage the feet. We're really using our hamstrings and our glutes, and we should not be at all in the lower back. Beautiful. And then slowly lowering down. If it serves you, maybe taking 2 more. So I'm going to lift up. My toes are still engaged. And 1 more. Maybe taking an extra breath at the top on the last one. Beautiful. Releasing down. Lengthening the spine. And then you might wiggle your toes out. Let's lift the knees over the hips. Hands to the sky. And then tapping down the right toes, reaching the left arm back. And bringing everything back to the center. And switching sides, keeping the lower back as connected to the earth as we can. And then option to either continue with a bent knee or lengthening the leg as we move through these. Just keeping the hips as steady as possible, so moving slowly, that usually helps. And also noticing as you extend one leg, does the other one then try to balance it by moving in closer to your chest? I was definitely one of those until I realized I was doing it. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but get a little deeper into the core. If that's what you're looking for, just being aware of it. And maybe 1 more to that. Oh, hello. Nice. And then you can hug the knees in, rock side to side, la da da. Ah. Beautiful. And then from here, we can find our way back up. So maybe rock along your spine, or you might roll to your side and press yourself up. And we'll take that right back into a tabletop. Nice. Feel free to use blocks if you'd like. We're going to come into downward facing dog. So however that works for you, your hands could be on a chair, a wall. Just releasing through the neck, shoulders, pedaling it out. Beautiful. If it feels good in your body, you might lift the right leg towards the sky, maybe bending the knee, opening the hip. And squaring up the hips, coming to the other side if that felt good to you. Beautiful. And then we can walk our feet towards our hands. We take opposite elbows. You can hang here in this ragdoll, or if it feels better in your body, you can rest your arms instead on your thighs. Maybe shaking your head yes, shaking your head no. And we can lengthen the spine, finding that half lift. Hands could be on the ground, on your knees. And then softening down, bending into the knees, and we'll root to rise, really press the earth away. Hands to the sky. Let's hook our thumbs and just reach to the right. We'll come back to center, hooking the thumbs in the opposite way, reaching to the left. Beautiful. Coming back to center, hands come together right at the heart space, and just feeling your body standing in the practice, feet on the ground. Beautiful. As you're ready, we can sweep the arms up. Exhale, take a fold. Finding that half lift. Beautiful. And softening down. I'm going to step back, getting ready for Warrior Two. If you'd rather do it from a standing position at the front of your mat, please feel free. Or you can step back with your right foot, dropping the heel, bending into the left knee and coming on up. So however you get there, find your journey. Soft shoulders, strong body. And just checking in with that front knee, that it's not falling in or falling out. It's kind of over the second, third toes. Beautiful. Flipping the left palm, right hand can come down, and we reach back, reverse or peaceful warrior. Beautiful. Coming on up. And from here, if you have a block nearby, you might want to grab it. I'm going to put it right near my left foot up front. We're going to find our way into a half moon. So lots of ways we can get there. I'm going to push off with my right foot. My left hand's on the block. You can, of course, have it on the floor, on a chair, and then inviting the right leg to rise up. So maybe your right leg's down here and your left knee's bent. Maybe it's up higher. Right hand can be on your hip, or you could stack the shoulders. Beautiful. Strengthening our bones. Nice. And then from here, we can just bring that right foot down, face forward. And let's root to rise, really bend into the knees and press it all the way up. Hands come down behind our back, interlacing the fingers, opening the heart. Beautiful. Sweep the arms back up to the sky and bring it right to the heart space. And we'll take this to the other side as you're ready. Inhale, we lift, we rise. And then exhale, we can dive down, finding that half lift. And softening down, stepping back with the left foot, dropping the heel, or you could do it from standing, bending into that right knee, really grounding down. And we root to rise. We find our Warrior Two on this side. Again, soft shoulders, strong body. Flipping the right palm and finding our peaceful warrior. Beautiful. And from here, we're going into our half moon. So again, you might push off with that left foot. I'm going to find a block. Start to open the front body a bit. Maybe that left leg lifts. Toes are facing forward. So we keep that hip closed. Hand can be on your hip or the sky. And no need to lock that right knee. Find a softness there. Beautiful. As we start to bend and curl, and we can bring the left foot down. Again, let's find that half lift. Soften down, and we'll root to rise. Press it all the way up. And draw it into the heart. And just pause for a moment. Nice. From here, we'll just play with a little bit of balance. So finding your drishti, if your eyes are closed, we'll open the eyes. I'm going to draw the right knee up, shoulders come down. And let's find some movement here. So bringing it out to the side, kind of like the hip cars. So we're going to bring it out to the side and I'll lift the foot a little bit and then bring it back behind me and circle it to come back. Maybe taking that one more time. Feel free to hold on to something. Beautiful. And then we can switch sides. So lifting the left knee, finding length through the right side. Feel yourself breathing. And then sending that left leg off to the left, lifting the foot, and then sending it back. And you might tap down a few times. Nice. And eventually bringing that left foot down to meet the right. Let's do a little spinning. Breathing in, breathing out. Nice. And we can come back to the top of our mats. Open our hearts, our palms, core lightly engaged. Your feet on the ground. Take an inhale, sweeping the arms to the sky. Exhale, let's fold. Finding that half lift and softening down. We'll step the left foot all the way back, dropping that left knee. Beautiful. You might reach the arms up to the sky. And then let's send the hips back and lengthen the right leg. You can have blocks here. And walk it back forward into our low lunge. Heart lifts. And we can switch it right from here if you like, bringing the right knee back, stepping that left foot forward. Again, you can have blocks. Stay here or sweep the arms up. And sending the hips back, lengthening the left leg. Beautiful. Coming back forward into our low lunge. And then send the left knee back and let's find a child's pose that feels really nourishing in your body. So maybe the knees are together and your hands could be back by your feet. Maybe the knees are really wide. With the big toes touching, whatever works for you here. And slowly, as you're ready, coming on up, find our way to our seat. Bringing the feet out in front once again, maybe bring a little movement to the hips. The windshield wipers, and the knees just sway. Nice. And then we can ease our way down onto our backs. Bringing the right ankle to the left thigh, that figure four. And if it feels good, you might just take hold of your right knee, drawing it in towards you and pressing it away. Sometimes I like to add some isometric to it. So as you're pulling it in, feel like you're pushing it out, and then vice versa. And that helps with the fascia right along the back here, up into the glute. Nice. And then you can stay here or draw the legs in. You bring your hands behind your left thigh or a strap. And flexing into your right foot. Nice. And then we can switch sides, bring that left foot down if it was lifted, left ankle to the right thigh. And again, maybe some movement here, drawing that left knee in towards the opposite shoulder and pressing it away. You can use a little push-pull action. And then either staying here or drawing the legs in. As you're ready, bringing that right foot down, uncrossing the legs, maybe bringing the feet nice and wide, and letting the knees just sway. Like cactus the arms, maybe turning your head in the opposite direction of the legs. And check in with your body. Is there any movement, any shape that you'd like to take right now? Please feel free. And in your time, finding your way into your Shavasana. Using any props. Cover your body or use a pillow under your knees, or even put your calves up on a chair or up a wall, whatever serves you. Letting the head be heavy, the neck, the shoulders. Arms, fingers, feeling a softness through your heart space, your belly. Let the hips be wide. Legs be heavy. And just be. I invite you to come back to your body, your breath. Perhaps taking a full breath in through the nose, filling all the way up. Exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Maybe some movement to your fingers or toes, stretching. And if it serves you, rolling to your left or right side and just taking that moment. Notice your experience. Slowly making your way up to a comfortable seated position. I invite you to close your eyes or have a soft gaze. Perhaps bringing your hands to your heart space. Offering yourself love, compassion, and so much gratitude for taking this time for you, sharing your practice with us. The light in me honors the light in you. I hope you have a beautiful day today. Namaste.
Thank you, Cynthia. It's wonderful to be back.
Wonderful to have you back. I'm glad you had such a wonderful time. That's
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah. Good
If anybody's interested in an itinerary, it's down to the 15-minute interval. That's my daughter.
That's hilarious. Those are my kids too, and I couldn't be more opposite. I just kind of land and figure things out. That's great. Wonderful. Thank you. All right. Enjoy, everyone. Good to see you.
Have a good week.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.